Hey, what's up, Kibiniro? In this video, I'm going to reveal to you something that I'm going to reveal to you. I mean, it's known, but maybe you who's watching this video, you don't know about it. But if you really grasp this and start applying this, you're going to see immediate changes. And if you know this stuff and you have been applying this stuff, then obviously things are going in a very good direction. Things are going in a very good direction for me because I've come across this and I've understood this. Now, I came across this by studying a book called Grow Rich with Peace of Mind by Napoleon Hill. A lot of people know about Napoleon Hill, but a lot of people know the other book called Think and Grow Rich. Now, in this book, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill says the famous quotation, right? Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Now, conceiving is easy, getting an idea, okay, I want this. Achieving is easy because you know when you have achieved something. But there is a key. The biggest problem here is believe, right? Believe. He said you have to believe. Now the question is, how do you believe? Because the quotation is absolutely 100% correct. But how do you believe? Now, this is where this is the real thing here. If you understand this, if you really understand this, it's going to change your life definitely. Now, the only reason why you're not achieving your goals is because you don't believe that you can achieve them. And what happens when you don't believe that you can do something? Well, you don't take the necessary action to achieve that, because whichever goal it is not going to come to you while you're seated down and you're not doing anything, right? So Napoleon Hill said, whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve, right? Now, it comes to understanding of belief. How do we believe the things we believe? We believe that we can walk. Prior, when we were younger, we didn't believe this. We didn't know how to do it. But through repetition, through doing it over and over and over, we were able to do it, right? And now it's just an automatic thing. How? Because it's something, it has been done over and over, and it's programmed in our subconscious mind, in our mind, and we just wake up and do it. Putting on your clothes, the same thing. In the beginning, you are struggling to put on your clothes when you are still young, right? So, how do you believe? Now, the answer is through repetition. Repetition, repetition, repetition. Now, I'm going to help you with one thing. I want you, if things are not working out there, it's because you have not focused your energy on one end. You have to focus your energy on one end only, right? And when it comes to business, it's always good. Hold on, what's this? It's always good to have a goal, a figure, right? And this, you learn this from reading the books. You got to know the exact figure, because the figure gives you the cars, gives you the houses, gives you the vacation that you are looking for. It gives you everything else almost, right? Depending on what it is that you want. But we're talking business now. We're not talking relationship or health or anything else. So you got to know the exact figure you want. If it is $100,000, then that is it. That is the figure you should have. Now I'm gonna stick on $100,000 because I like that figure, $100,000 in monthly residual income. Now you got to be obsessed. You got to think about it all the time. In fact, you got to reach a point whereby it happens automatically. You're almost hearing something repeating in your head. You're almost hearing something repeating in your head. Now, how do you do this? You have to write down the goal and what you're supposed to be doing. Now, if you're already in a business, you're already in a business, you have a certain service that you're supposed to be rendering. So the more service you render, the better. The more service you render, the better. The more service you render, the better. Now, write down exactly what it is that you want. Repeat it to yourself as many times as possible. Now, this is another trick that I came across, and I came across this through reading this book, Grow Rich with Peace of Mind by Napoleon Hill. He wrote this book when he was, I think, past 60s, in the 1960s. Think and Grow Rich, he wrote it in the 1930s. So you can understand the experience and the maturity in the book, right? And of course, his desire was to help people. So definitely, Do not leave everything in Think and Grow Rich and not apply even better principles in Grow Rich with peace of mind. So this is what he said. Repetition is the key through to believing. Repeating things on TV, repeating things through video, repeating things that you can through what you see all the time. That is what causes you to believe that you can do certain things and you can do certain things, right? So for you to be able to believe, you have to do this. Record your goal for yourself and have it repeated to you as many times as possible. Now, Napoleon Hill in his book, he says, the best time the mind is receptive is when the conscious mind is shut down, and the best time is when you're sleeping. So a trick that you could be doing is record your goal. I have achieved my goal of I have, or I earn, or by this date I have this and this amount of money, and I render this and this service, right? This is the service I'm rendering. I have this in exchange for the service. This is the money that I have. Of course, you find up some very nice thing that you want. Make it a prayer, right? Because don't forget, everything happens by the grace of God, right? And inshallah. So have this repeated to yourself over and over and over and over. Never give up this, right? And all of a sudden you start getting ideas, you start waking up, you start thinking only about your goal, your end goal. Just focus on the end. Don't worry about what is happening in the middle, whether there is a storm going on or whatever. Just focus on where you want to be, right? Focus only on where you want to reach. Your $100,000. I like that figure, right? Some of you may understand why. Can guess why I like that figure. Focus on that. See that as if you've already achieved it. Know that it's coming, right? If you do enough work, it's coming. It's just like your salary. You go and work, your salary, you're going to get your salary. So you got to go and do the work, right? So it's the same principle here. Know that that money is coming. So you're gonna start automatically to do these things. You will start automatically to do these things. When it becomes registered in your subconscious mind, you will wake up and the first thing you do is the action, income producing activity. You go somewhere, you think about income producing activity. You are doing something, you think about income producing. You actually reach a point whereby you reject every other idea. Anything else that's going to distract you, you're going to reject it, right? You're going to definitely reject it. So this is what I want you guys to know. In whichever business that you are running, if you want to become successful, listen to this audio, because the information in this audio, you may have to pay tens and tens of thousands before you understand it, because it's not the techniques, it is the motivation, it is the thinking behind it that causes the results to come in, right? It's the belief behind it. It's the automation of income producing activities behind it that causes things to happen, right? So take action on that. And I'm going to give you something also very special here, because you need to have prospects, people looking at your products, right? People that you can talk to, people who are interested in your business. This is what you need, right? So I'm going to reveal to you 4 video series free of charge, and in this video series you're going to understand certain actions, certain things that you could be doing to increase your exposure and get more people that you can talk to, that you can show this your business presentation to. 4 video series free of charge. On top of that, I'm going to give you a PDF ebook as well that you'll be able to download, and this ebook is going to show you 17 marketing blunders that you should avoid at all costs in your business. So take action on what I've said and click on the link below this video to get started. Peace. And leave me some nice comments. And the information here is really, really good, and it's worth hundreds, even millions. It could be worth millions to you. Depending on your goal, it could be worth billions. Who knows? It's up to you. You decide. Mashallah. Okay, peace. Take action.